Hello, happy Wednesday, everybody. How's it going? You are tuning in to another Wednesday episode of Great News Weekly with greatnews.life and your host, me, Jenny Craig Brown. I think I've heard my own commercial quite a few times so that I keep saying it, but that's what you're here for, folks. You're tuning in to the awesome, exclusively positive news show that I host every week on behalf of Great News Weekly and greatnews.life. It's an awesome show and we're happy to have you guys. So I'm going to let you guys come in, get settled, grab a nice beverage. It's nice out. The sun is shining. Finally, we might be out of the snow, but it's Northwest Indiana, so we can't promise. What else is happening, guys? Tell me about your lives. If you've never tuned in, we are asking for your lifelines during this show. I want as much participation as we can get. So tell me what's good in your life. A lifeline, if you've never watched, is a one sentence or a short little news tip, a good news tip. So think exclusively positive is a lifeline. Tell us your good news. Tell me what you're doing this weekend. Tell me how happy you are that the sun is shining, because it is, and it's beautiful. So we're gonna get out of winter. We're gonna get out of pandemic. I promise things will get better, and they are every day. So just tune in with me. Let's get pumped up for some good news this week. Are you guys ready? I'm really excited for some good news. So I'm gonna fill you in on some stories this week. And I'm not gonna lie, I'll tell you real early and often, I might tear up. And if you know me, you know that doesn't happen often, but I have this story I'll tell you later. It's amazing. So get your hearts ready, get your coffee ready, maybe your wine. I'm not judging. Okay, guys, let's kick it off. Like I said, don't forget, send me your good news, send me your lifelines, tell me them as we go along, and I'll hopefully get to read all your fun comments. But this week, I'm going to kick off our great news. Tony Ketchum's here. He's trying to hear some good news. He's in it. So we're going to kick off great news this week in Portage. Why? Because I wanted to. We haven't started in Portage yet, and I like Portage. So Portage.life, everybody. Porter County Technical Honor Society finds fun ways to celebrate new inductees. So this is an article sent to us by the Porter County Tech Center, and who, if you don't know them, connect with them. Bob Phelps, these guys are incredible students. It's an incredible learning facility. Love this place. So obviously they're inducting students to the Honor Society, but they can't celebrate like they normally could, right? So they came up with some fun, creative ways to do so. And they have 84 students that were being inducted. So the 84 students selected represent 10 different high schools, which are I'm going to try to list these because I think they deserve a shout out. Boone Grove, Chesterton, Hebron, Hobart, Couts, Morgan Township, Portage, Valparaiso, Washington Township, and Wheeler are all represented with these students. The 84 inductees represent the best of more than 1,000, actually more than 1,100 half-day students in programs, and those programs actually range very widely from welding to fire and rescue and early childhood education. So this is that like in it, on the job style training. There's a list on our site, so I just saw that link go up in the comments. So if you haven't seen it, go shout these students out. They basically, all the students, all of the educators within the tech center drove around and put cool like yard signs in the students' yards and tried to, socially distancing celebrate for them. And it's a really cool article, just how they're really trying to shout these students out. And it's listed right there so you can see all the amazing students. You might know one. I mean, 10 high schools in the region, that's quite a few. So you're probably going to know someone. You're probably going to have a friend of the family or something. So go shout those students out, shout those schools out. It's a really awesome program that the Porter County Career and Tech Center in general is just really incredible. So thank you for them. Thank you to the students for doing such incredible work. We've been working with those students. We've hired quite a few of those students through the years. So thank you for creating such amazing people in our community. It's awesome. Thank you. So let's kick it off. I'm going to kick it to the next one. I know that one was really short, but it was just too cute not to mention. And now we're going to head over to Revitalizing. So Revitalizing's article this week is from Allison Tunstall, and it is in-house dining, takeout, curbside, local restaurants plan their next move as Indiana reopens. So as we know, as most people are aware, we started a little bit of kind of light opening on Monday and the previous week too, but Monday was probably the biggest jump that we've made so far. So restaurants are able to open. Obviously it's their decision, but they're able to open for dine-in at 50% capacity. So we, Allison, and by we I mean Allison, created a little bit of a recap of some of our partnering restaurants that have opened, haven't opened. So you can basically go there and get a good update of what's happening in Valpo and the restaurants locally and what they're doing. And it's actually Valpo surrounding, so there's some other ones too. So just as a quick update, I would suggest reading the article. It's got way, way more information than I could, give to you right now in a realistic manner. But just as a quick recap from that article, Blackbird is still doing pickup and curbside, but they're not open to dine-in yet. Culver's is still doing drive-through, but same thing, dine-in yet. Fiddlehead is still doing curbside and drag side, but they're going to hold off on opening the dine-in just yet too. And I don't know off the top of my head if you're into the drag side pickup. Some are, some aren't. That's your choice. There's a cool event going on. So if you haven't checked it out, Fiddlehead, it's in Michigan City. Go to their Facebook page. They've got some cool stuff happening this weekend that's even cooler than the drag side pickup, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, so check it out. Industrial Revolution in Valparaiso is open. They are doing 50% capacity dine-in for starting this past Monday, and they're still doing the curbside and carry out. And I think I mentioned them last week for having some killer carry out, so check it out. Kelsey's, another amazing one. They're doing carry out, and then they're going to wait to open. I think it's the Tuesday after Memorial Day. They're going to open, I think it's the 27th. So same thing, that date's in that article. So make sure you check that out for specifics. And Patrick's Grill, also in Michigan City, they're doing in-house 50% capacity and keeping their curbside. So if you have a favorite restaurant, I've heard I can't obviously go through all the restaurants in the world, but there are some. It seems like my general consensus is that everybody's keeping that carryout aspect for those that maybe just aren't quite ready to stop the social distancing yet, which is great. But then a lot of them are opening up slowly at that 50% capacity. So that is exciting. It's a little, I think for me, it's a little bit like, okay, guys, we're making baby steps. I want to keep them baby, but let's make some steps. And it's really exciting to see, so you can get some good food, either carry out or dine in. Let's see what we've got comment wise. Is anybody sharing any good news with me? I want to hear it. So we've got Stacy's sharing all those links for you, and our team members are. Kayla wants carry out Bloody Marys. Ooh, so I don't know Bloody Marys, sorry, off the top of my head, but there are. I've already discussed it. You guys don't care, sorry. I'm going to go on a whole tangent about carry-out drinks and amazing carry-out food that you guys just have heard me talk about so many times. But like I said last week, and I'll say it one more time, I promise that's it. Some of these restaurants are getting so creative with their carry-out, and it's amazing. Kelsey's, of course, is amazing. Industrial Revolution, like, they're doing so good. So if you haven't visited something for carryout, I would just suggest go treat yourself. I think that's a really great thing. Let's see. Oh, I see it. Stephanie said, oh, I've got 2 great lifelines. Stephanie said my lifeline is the sun has been shining. You're right, Stephanie, because it's not even today. It's today, and it was yesterday, and it sounds like maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow might be a little rainy, but we've got some sunshine. And I've heard a lot of people saying Monday, like, it snowed a little last night and I almost cried. So we're getting out of it. So you're right. great lifeline. This one's gonna maybe make me tear up, but it's not my sad story I was talking about, or happy story I was talking about earlier. So I'm gonna cry twice today. But Sandra Schaefer, who's a friend of the whole Life Sites and a friend of mine as well, is officially cancer-free today. So she just got, I think it's, she'd have to tell you for sure, I think it's 2 years cancer-free. So that's an amazing lifeline. Let's pull out the party hats. Congrats to you for staying healthy and safe and for being cancer-free. That's such an awesome, awesome news. Deanna Grimes said she wanted to thank you, Blythe, for personalized grad signs. That's a really, really awesome note too. There's a lot of cool people doing a lot of cool stuff with graduation signs, with creative ideas, just to, you know, celebrate our students, celebrate our grads. We'll probably be doing some cool stuff too, but to stay tuned to see what that is. I think we're working on talking to the schools and seeing what they're doing, and then we'll probably follow suit and do something really fun too. So stay tuned. Kelsey said we're looking forward to opening, Kelsey's Steakhouse said we're looking forward to opening our dining room on May 27th. Thank you. I thought that was the date, but I wasn't sure. We are keeping you safe with no more than 6 people dining at a time and no bar seating. So they're taking, as you can see here, tons of awesome precautions to keep everybody safe, but allow you to get out a little bit, dine with some friends or some family members. And like I said, take that baby step to a little bit of normalcy. So thank you, Kelsey. You guys have been amazing. Your communication has been incredible as well. It's really great. Stacy said she can't wait because she's really craving some crab legs and filet tips. Yes. Can we talk? Can we just have a whole live about favorite foods from Kelsey's? Because let me tell you, scallops, bacon wrapped, they're amazing. Their wine, it's awesome. Filet tips, on point. Their little skewer thingies, yes. I'll stop now, I'm sorry. And apparently the best ranch dressing for salads, Stacy said too. I love it. So Cammie said her lifeline has been all of the high schools shouting out their seniors and making sure they get the recognition, that they deserve. You're right. Like I said, with the signs and their shout outs, and I think Cammie's directly involved in finding out what each school is doing, so she gets to hear all about that. And it is amazing. Like, as parents, you care. You have to care. If you have a senior graduating, you do care what happens. But the schools really, truly care too. They want to celebrate those students that have worked so, so, so hard. And we all do. So I agree. That's a really awesome thing to see. Like, their care, their love for it. It's amazing. Kevin Brown said, shout out to my hometown of Hebron when I drove through seeing banners. Oh yeah. So I saw these too. Hebron school or town, I guess I don't know how that collaboration is, but they did banners. It's not a huge school, so this is probably a little easier than maybe something like Valpo, but they did these banners that are on the street posts as you drive down that main drag with the seniors' pictures on them, and it's so awesome. So that was another, you're right, that was another really good shout out to the seniors. So keep sending your lifelines. I'm going to move on to the next story, but those are awesome lifelines. I want to hear them. I want to see them. Tell me your lifelines. Okay, so next up is the NWI.life article from Curtis Hankins. And it is the Overhead Door Company of Northwest Indiana offers discount to frontline health workers and first responders. This is awesome, you guys. So Overhead Door Company of Northwest Indiana is located in Maryville. If you've never been, even if you don't need a new door, you should probably just stop by and say hi to those guys because they're an incredible crew of people. They are some of the most giving groups I've seen in quite some time. But starting May 4th, they're offering frontline healthcare professionals and first responders 15% discount on any new door. So just give them a call. They'll set you up with information. They can give you quotes. They're amazing. So give them a call. The article's online. Stacy just shared it. You guys are amazing. So they are doing this, and I'll read a quote. Nathan Carrasquillo is one of the team members there, and he said, "We felt the need to give back to these heroes who are dealing with COVID-19's realities every day." These professionals are working tirelessly day in and day out and deserve help from their local businesses. And he is not wrong. That is amazing. And he's exactly on point with that. It's so awesome to see them giving back to so many people in the community, because this isn't new for Overhead Door. Obviously, giving back because of a pandemic might be new, but giving back for Overhead Door Company of Northwest Indiana is not new. They gave, I think it was like 600 toys for a toy drive during Christmas. They do a food drive every year. I mean, these guys were like putting together bicycles for children last year. So amazing people, amazing group. I love, love, love that they're giving back. If you guys know any other companies giving back to those frontline workers, shout them out in the comments. Let's hear it. And then let's get those to those frontline workers. You know, you just always want to make sure that they know. If you have a friend that's on that front line that's working, I do, I have several, make sure they know that. Who knows if they need a garage door, but if they do and this could help them, let's get it to them. Anything like that that you're seeing, let's make sure we're telling our friends. Left hand talk to the right hand, right? Let's see if we've got some more lifelines. Ooh, you guys got a bunch. I love it so much. Okay, so I think I left off here. Curtis Hankins, my lifeline. News that baseball might be back in early July. So Curtis, I think he is a big baseball fan. I think he's a Cubs fan. Don't punch me if that's wrong, but he is excited to see baseball. So that's actually really good. I didn't necessarily know how that was working. I knew there were some conversations about the baseball season, but that's exciting. So if you're a baseball lover, don't worry. We've got your backs. It's coming back. You're going to get some baseball love this season. Kellen Vale says, my lifeline this week was finishing out my college career on a high note. Kept my 4.0 GPA alive for 4 years. You guys. Kellen Vale. Find her. She's in the comments. Just give her a high five. It can be a socially distanced high five. Tell her to give herself a high five, however it works. But she is a worker, a runner, a college student. I think she's valedictorian. 4.0 for 4 years. I couldn't do that, and I had none of the other things. So I was working and going to school and couldn't even do it. So amazing job. You're fantastic. Yes, Kellen, you go, girl. That's the best lifeline. I love it. Oh, Rick Osser said, I am too, Sandra Schaefer. Woohoo. So Rick Osser, same thing. Cancer survivor. I love it. I love it, you guys. Makes me so happy. You guys are making me all emotional, and then I'm never going to be able to read that other story. Elizabeth Ireland said, my lifeline this week has been Kayla Bellick's hilarious video. Oh my gosh, yes. Video of her and her dog. Every time I feel bad, I watch that and laugh so hard I cry. Someone please, if you haven't already, link to that video from our sites or our social. It is hilarious. Kayla made this amazing video about, pandemic snack fights with pets. That's all I'm going to tell you. And you have to watch the rest because it's that good. Kayla is a theater chick. That sounds weird, but she's a theater person who is awesome at everything I've seen her do. She is a great actress. She puts it on like it's great. So this video is a showcase of just a little bit of that, and it's amazing. So thank you. Yes, please. And she responded and said, Beth, we're only too happy to share our drama. Pet drama can get serious sometimes, you guys. And I was right. Curtis is a Cubs fan. Yeah. Okay, Sergio Valdez said, my lifeline is being officially done with graduate school. What a relief. So you guys that are graduating, see, these are more shout outs. I want to shout out every graduate, especially grad school. That's amazing. Good job. And same thing, he's working, he's schooling, he's doing it all, and he's done with it now. So you can breathe a sigh of relief, have a beer or something, and celebrate. I know you can't go crazy because COVID, but you can celebrate. And Cami agreed and said that video was so amazing, it had me snorting. Yes, she's snort laughing, then we know it was good. And Kellen said, yes, I'm correct, she's valedictorian. Chris Malman said, my lifeline was watching our people respond to the challenges life has given them. So I thought you were going to say something about pandas, and you didn't. So that's my lifeline. But Chris, you're right. When you look at the people in our lives, even just as lifers, just the lifer team themselves, and look at how they respond to all of these challenges, people, some sink, some swim in life. And lifers all swim. That's why they're a lifer. And so I think that that's something that we can all be so proud of, is we all, if you're watching this, you're included, got flipped on our heads really quickly. But you're here watching a show about great news. So you came out on top, I promise. No matter what you didn't do good, what wasn't quite right, you came out on top. So Chris, that's a great, great sentiment. I completely agree. Kayla Bellick, her lifeline was not her video, that was everybody else's, but her lifeline was receiving homemade masks from Stephanie Swearington this weekend, courtesy of the incredible Make a Mask, a COVID-19 project. That's a really great point. I think somebody else shouted out Stephanie for masks too, but they didn't mention what she would, that project. So that's, thank you. Yes. Stephanie made, including me, tons of people masks and shared them. And I think it was, yeah, this Make a Mask project. And I think that project created, that crew created quite a few masks. So if you haven't met Stephanie, if you haven't heard of the COVID project, I don't know if that's a link. I can't tell from here. If it's not, let's link to it. I think that would be awesome. Stephanie can help connect us, but give them a shout out, because that is, I can't sew. Julia from our team created a video on a no-sew mask, and that was like a lifesaver to me because I cannot sew, but those like Stephanie that can are really being amazing helps, and I appreciate it. Oh, Kevin Brown also said another lifeline of his is unsuspecting videos of people's Zoom filters. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm lying, but I don't want to get in trouble. Just ask Chris Mallman what we're talking about. He'll fill you in. Julia Dema said, my lifeline is the article by Kayla Bellick spotlighting my kickboxing instructor. I saw some conversation about this earlier. It's amazing. She shared the link. I haven't read it yet. I don't even have a good excuse. I'm just a slacker. I haven't read everything yet. But you're right. I saw you mention that it brought tears to your eyes. I saw the traffic that received. Amazing spotlight, Kayla. Thank you. And it's probably something I could bring up to the crew as a whole, everybody watching. We do these articles like this amazing one. Her name's Brianne Corral. I hope I said that right. And it's a Life in the Spotlight article. And we're always looking for nominations for Life in the Spotlight articles. So if you have a Life in the Spotlight request, you can email share, SHARE, at greatnews.life with your Life in the Spotlight. We just need a name, a reason, and a way to contact them. You can also send us at the same email, share at greatnews.life, your lifeline. So if it happens on Tuesday and you can't remember, then just email it to us and I'll read it in a future episode. Okay, so Chris just shared another panda story in the comments. So if you guys want to get to that, let's kick it to the next story. How about that? I think I'm caught up. You guys are killing it with these lifelines today. Thank you. So next up is a LaPorte County Life article from Sergio Valdez, and it's Rural King to open new store in LaPorte's Maple Lane Mall. Big step in revitalizing West Side. So from LaPorte or not, you probably know where that old mall was. Right as you come into town on Highway 2, there's an old mall right by, I believe that's Christo's. And it's been vacant for some time. And as Tom Dermody mentioned in the article, you know, one thing that they promised, a promise that their administration made during the campaign was to immediately focus on bringing high quality change to our community. Over and over again, we heard that residents of the west side of LaPorte need places to shop within walking distance. With this project, we have made that a reality. So They're using that space. Awesome. Revitalizing the area. Awesome. Bringing a rural king to LaPorte. Awesome. So thank you, Sergio, for the piece, but also thanks to Tom Dermody, the mayor of LaPorte. Thanks to Bert Cook, on the economic development side. It's such a cool thing to see LaPorte, and I've talked about this with the previous mayor, Milo. I've talked about this with the Unity Foundation of LaPorte County, to see the amount of revitalization happening in LaPorte. Born and raised, I was a slicer. I know for sure. It's amazing the come up that I have seen since a little kid to now, but especially in the last 10 years. And I think Tom has made it very clear, Mayor Dermody, that the next will be just as impactful, if not more. So LaPorte has improved their downtown. They have improved their lakes. They have improved everything possible and will continue to do so. So it's really awesome to see such a cool town coming up so strong and really, really doing such a great job. So thank you guys. Amazing, amazing job. Okay, so we've hit all the things that I had on my plate, except for that one that I told you. Let me make sure that I don't have any. I don't see any more lifelines. I think I got them all. If I didn't, I'm sorry, but I think I read them all. So I'm going to read you this one. You guys, I'm not kidding. I couldn't get through it. I couldn't read it, not even out loud. I couldn't read it by myself without crying. So you're going to have to bear with me. I'm going to try my best. Okay, so this was sent to us via the share@greatnews.life email. And I meant to bring it up last week and I completely forgot. I was so mad at myself when I didn't. But here it goes. So this was sent to us by a woman. Her name is KCAY. If you know her, you're going to probably know this story. So if you know her, tell her we shouted her out, because I want to air hug this person and meet their family. It's so incredible. So here goes. So Kay says, my neighbors in Highland are absolutely phenomenal. My mother-in-law, Mama Jean, I'm going to leave last names out because that's sensitive and I don't want anyone to be upset, but was feeling particularly isolated for the first time in her 92 years. So she asked the neighbors to stand out on their front porch and wave to her. It takes a lot for her to get outside and to walk to the front door. So what happened? These wonderful people came to the curb waving flags and singing God Bless America, which is Mama Jean's favorite, the Star-Spangled Banner, and of course she made them recite the Pledge of Allegiance. She was so excited she cried and blessed them and saluted them. Mama Jean has a great spirit. She has lived with us in Highlands since July of 2019, and I cannot thank my neighborhood enough for the love and concern that they have all shown for her. I have to mention our wonderful police department, the great staff at CVS, the post office in Highland, Our Lady of Grace, the food pantry at St. James, and all of our friends and neighbors. I just want to thank you so much for helping us and helping Mama Jean get through the worst time of her 92 years. Oh my gosh, it's so sweet. So we published it. Stacy just shared the link if you want to read it. I can't. I love it so much. You guys are giving me the vapors. I'm over here ready to cry. It's so amazing. I love it. Thank you. That's got to be one of my favorite lifelines of all time. Thanks for sharing that. Stacy, I love the link. Stacy also expressed her excitement for the LaPorte community. Deanna, right? Are you crying? It was so sweet. Oh my gosh. So, I didn't pull a lot of stuff to do this weekend because I really just think that if it's going to be nice, let's get outside. If it's going to rain, maybe do some spring cleaning. I think everybody's probably over that, so I don't really have a lot of good tips for you, but do something fun. Do something with your family that you haven't got to do yet. Like I said, I would suggest pick one of those restaurants I mentioned earlier, Blackbird, Culver's, Fiddlehead, Industrial Revolution, Kelsey's, Patrick's Grill. Get carryout. Order from a local restaurant, grab a fun local cocktail, just enjoy something. I want everybody to make their weekend from Friday to Sunday. Let's have a goal that everybody just does one little thing they haven't done yet during pandemic that brings a smile to their face. That's pretty open. You guys can do that, I think, right? Try it, test it, let me know how it goes. Yes, Stacy, I'm all verklempt. Is that how you say that, verklempt? This is how often I don't cry, is that I don't even know what that means. Dear Lord, help me. So thank you guys. I will let you get back to your workday. I'm sure you're sick of hearing it from me, but send me your lifelines. Do you have a story like that one? You guys want to make a contest to see who can actually make me cry with real all the way tears online? We could do it. I'm open to it. So send me your lifelines. Send me your life in the spotlight nominations. Also, since we talked about it, Sandra, I think we already have one on Sandra, but we have a cancer survivor series. It's called Survivor Series. And it's just spotlighting different survivors through the region, their story, what they went through. And the whole premise, it's a really cool story, is one of our partners had a mother-in-law who was a survivor, and she was going through treatments. So she was reading the news, which, as we know, is normally very sad. So we created the Survivor Series to create stories of survival for those possibly going through treatments to read while they were going through treatments, because you don't want to read the obituaries going through a treatment, right? You want to read something empowering, and that, I think that just feeds your soul. So we created it long ago with that premise, and to shout out all of those survivors that we can still hug every day. Even if it's an air hug. So if you have any nominations for a survivor, if you're a survivor and you want us to spotlight you, if you have a life in the spotlight, it doesn't have to be Mayor Fancy Pants. It could be just anyone in the region that you think's a great person. Send us those, and send us your lifelines to share, SHARE, at greatnews.life. And here's my lifeline I'll share with you guys. I am wearing this bracelet from the infamous Donna Flanagan. It's backwards, but it says "Be All There." So this was a gift that she gave to me, and it's a good reminder to be all there. And I really enjoy it. So I put it on today just to bring the smiles, and it works perfectly. So tune in next week, guys. Thank you so much for coming. As we mentioned last week, you can find us here weekly at noon every Wednesday on NWI.life. You can find us on Spotify. Episodes are up same day, just a little later. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts, pretty much. So find us on a podcast. Find us here next week. Send me your lifelines and all your good stuff. Okay? Thanks, guys. Great to see you. Great to have you in. Have a great week.